Good afternoon, everyone. So, let's start. Okay, Today's topic is more with LinkedIn profile optimization and how you should feel richful when you actually have some impressions on your LinkedIn, and at what stage you can see that you are very good at your LinkedIn profile. So आज उन सारे टॉपिक्स पे हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कि वो कौन कौन से ब्लॉकर हैं जो लिंक्डइन में एक्चुअली हमको प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करते हैं, सो वी कैन कनेक्ट विद द राइट पर्सन for the right opportunity. Let's start. I will share my screen. So share screen. Do okay. I hope people can see my screen now. Sounds good. Okay, let's start. So thank you first to joining here and take more understanding around the concept. So today, what we are going to discuss is, let's start what we are not going to discuss. So I'm not going to tell you, hey, you need to fix your LinkedIn profile with the random things, like add a headline this way or that way. Instead, we will be focused on with one real question. The real question is, can actually people able to find you on the LinkedIn, or are you invisible to them? I mean, for now, for sure. And what kind of the blocker is happening which make you invisible for the right persons? So by the end of this session you will know exactly where you are invisible and how exactly you can fix, so your profile will look more and more reachable to the people. So let's find out. Okay, now while we're discussing, somebody somewhere right now as HR maybe looking for a profile example, an engineer in Delhi. Okay, so as soon as they do the search, the hard part is it's it only show, or maybe the right way to say is, LinkedIn will only show the people who matters, but we don't know according to the LinkedIn what matters, that we will understand. But in the current state, there is a high probability that your profile will not show up when somebody is looking for the engineer in Delhi. Now, that's not because you are not good enough, or it's a lack in your skill, or some other factors. The only factor here is you are invisible. Invisible to two things: to the system and to the search. Because of those factors, you are invisible to the recruiters or somebody who need your services. So ask a question to yourself, like, how many of you have opened your LinkedIn profile in last 3 months and look at briefly to understand what's the problem with that? Now keep that answer in your mind, because in the upcoming slides that's going to help you to evaluate a couple of things. So the next is to discuss what kind of the problem we are facing, which is going to help us to solve this particular problem, this searching one. I will start with very informative information. So I discussed with a lot of HRs who is in the industry, and I keep asking one question, like, what exactly you do to figure out who is the right candidate, or how you select the people. Instead of most of the people answer me, like, instead of saying in the directly how they select, they walk me through a process, and the process was very surprising for me. So let me reveal that to you guys. So when an recruiter open any profile, so in average they have only 7 seconds to walk through all over your profile. Not even a minute, not even minutes. It's just 7 seconds. So what is 7 second rule is, it's very famous in the HR industry, is In the 7 second, the first 2 second, it's not even complete two. Some people say we just spend more than 1.5 second, but that is the instinct they have developed to look at your profile. Is they spend 2 seconds to look at your profile and imagine like kind of the person you are, and then they go on more deep by just looking at your profile and couple of the words on your LinkedIn page. The combination of that, if good enough, then they decide to invest more 60 or 70 seconds on your profile. If they found in that up to 5 seconds like your profile is not what they're looking for, they will just skip that. So if you look at this slide, the difference what you see here is the gap between what exactly we need to show to the recruiters. So in 5 seconds, so they can stay on your profile up to 60 seconds, and that will increase the probability of they go throughout around your profile and increase the probability of understanding. So what exactly that 5 second we should deliver that can convert to the 61 seconds, 67 seconds, or 70 seconds? Let's discuss this out. Before that, uh, there is some statements around a lot of people. People say that it people should know about this, but the HRs confirm me most the statements are true or false. So I collected three, which is more important. The one is I say something about what people believe. So take skill assessment to prove your skills. So a lot of people say that LinkedIn provide a way you go and validate your skill, and then LinkedIn will give you a certificate and you can add your own profile. That's already ended by the LinkedIn in 2024. Now we don't have any skill set testing on the LinkedIn. Now what happened on the LinkedIn is they created a test system. So no, sorry, what they created a system so you don't have to give a test. Instead, you attach your skills with a particular task you have done or the project you have done. So the belonging project will list all your skill set. So अब आपका जो सोर्स ऑफ ट्रुथ है स्किल्स का वो प्रोजेक्ट्स हो गए, तो नंबर ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट यू लिस्टेड ऑन योर लिंक्डइन become a source of truth for your skill set. Next is very interesting one. There was a creator mode before in the LinkedIn, and still people look or try to figure out should we create a creator mode on the LinkedIn, so that will help us to get more and more reach. So maybe there's a probability that I will get hired. No, now by default all the creator tool is available for all the profiles, so you don't have to go and select type of the profile. So it's become common. So there is a one profile which have all the tools required to act as a creator or act as a creator mode tools. So your profile hold everything, so you don't have to go additional for that. Now next is people say post every day. If you post every day, then uh, there's a high probability you will get more and more reach. Again, this is a myth, because the algorithm in LinkedIn work absolute different. When I'm saying absolute different, it means uh, LinkedIn is more focused on the relevancy. So the type of the post you have, the content you are posting, if the relevancy is good enough, then LinkedIn will automatically figure out the audience for your content. Not by just keep posting every day will trigger the algorithm. Of course, if you have a good content, post on the LinkedIn, and LinkedIn will automatically figure out the right people to approach for that content. Okay. Those are the three myths, the biggest one I have seen, like people been discussing around. But if you have any, please list out and I will discuss out more at the end of this session. So let's go for next. So what I did is I split the roadmap in three sections. The entire journey we are going to discuss today is, one plan is find the ghost. So why exactly happening with your profile that make you invisible to the right people? We say the stage one. Then stage two is we build the signals. So number of the activity we'll do will fix your profile and you will become searchable, and LinkedIn will start recognizing you and you will start being a part of search. That's the signal we are going to build for that. And then the third is the payoff. So to achieve one and two, what all the works you have to done in the quickest way, we cover in the payoff section. So that's the roadmap we are going to follow today. The entire session will take around 30 minutes. It's not long, and we will discuss only the important topic over there. So let's start with find the ghost. So in this particular section, in this particular divider, we are going to discuss where exactly your profile start becoming invisible. This is something we need to fix. Okay. And for that, I figure out there is six specific spot, or I can say there's six specific fixes we need to do, and that will make you visible. And yes, let's do one by one and take more understanding. So the first is all star system, and this is very recognized system provided by the LinkedIn called the all star system. LinkedIn actually measure your profile, mm, not by specific metaphor which say like, hey, this is my thought process, this is how we evaluate. He just simply broke down all the profile in the segments. So segment is beginner and intermediate, advanced, and all star. Now most people sit somewhere in the middle of beginner and intermediate, and this is the exact spot where profiles become ghost. The advance is more with people who actually understand and make sure the profile is good enough to start, and LinkedIn start picking up things. And the all star is a profile where they have completed their profile and it's become searchable. And the best part is all star profile is 40 times searchable in the LinkedIn. So you imagine then, um, uh, if you have a profile which is absolutely all star, probability of getting in the search become 40x. That's the goal. That's the benefit we have if we follow the all star strategy. So this is the one thing that we need to understand. Beginner and intermediate is the category where generally all the ghost profile stays. Advanced is someone who actually completed all the profile. There is some tweak is needed, but this is from there the LinkedIn start picking up the profile, and all star is the most optimized profile, and LinkedIn start to recognize those profile and boost to the 40x. So how do we fix that? So as we discussed, we will break in the six sections. Let's start with second one of this, which is how you start your profile by fixing. So there is a two factors as we discussed earlier. The first, up to 2 second max, up to 2 seconds, somebody is going to invest time on your photo, and then the next they will look for is the headline, what the headline you have. Good news is Good news is it is fixable. It You can fix your profile, and that's not a big something, a problem that going to cost you a fortune for that. And the fix is simple. Let's start with the photo. So what you need in the photo is, it should be recent. It should be so let's understand the analogy first. So in your photo section, it is your face should be filled around 60%. So you don't have to go like, I need to go and take a professional photo shoot or something. No, just a recent decent photo, which is good enough to which is good enough and should cover almost like the 60% of the frame where you fill your photo. And the next is the headline. In the headline you have around um, 20 to 220 characters, the option you will get, and you need to figure out the best way how you can represent yourself. So, and one other thing is, nowadays people or the recruiters are mostly using the mobile phones. So in the mobile phone they will not see all the 223 20 characters. They will see the first 40 characters only. So in the profile, the recommendation is you fix your headlines by going in a specific pattern. What is the pattern is, what is your target role, what is your best skill, one or two which you feel like I should display, and then exactly explain the one line value you able to deliver. That's absolutely going to be the start, so people can easily recognize who you are and what you can deliver. Now, use this formula for the target deliveries, but let's understand with the example. So meet Ananya. Ananya is a BTech CSS student, for example. And generally, how people add the title, which is computer science student and XYZ University, true, honest, and but completely invisible, because this is not going. This particular is not showing the capability a person can do. Now imagine if we rephrase that in the right words, and and we define it again, that becomes computer science student aspiring backend developer. Then skill set become the Java, Python, and AWS for sure, if he wants to go into this way, and build three full stack projects. That exactly is showcasing couple of things. One is, she didn't change anything specific. She just keeping consistent and delivering the impact she can give to the someone. So this is how you can simplify your headlines and make it meaningful. Now, this is a pretty good section, the about section. The problem with the about section is, generally people would like to showcase. There's a couple of type of the people. One is who showcase everything. I built this and I'm doing this and so and so and so. There's tons of the information in the about section. And there is another category which is a majority of the people who keep the about blank, or they have one or two line which is very generic. Now, the about section is the only section that is going to explain about you. It should be more about simplifying what the value you able to deliver or you are delivering. And all your about us is should be punchy, and it should not go like very generic, say like candidate have experience in this field and this field and this field. Do not go in the general way, like nowadays people just use AI prompts which explain somebody like referencing or explaining about the someone. Instead, showcase yourself like I say, I build, not something like the candidate has experience in this. So because you are a person, not a job description, so you need to fix that. The second is you have 300 characters limit, the most they matter most, because the viewers generally go through maximum 300 characters in your profile about the sections. And after that they will decide if they have to go depth to take more understanding or not. So the pretty good chance you have to cover everything in your profile in the first 300 characters. Do not wait for a good line in the middle of the section or so. Start immediately with what the best delivery you can do, and what is the skill set you able to deliver. Start with that and start build up a story like the storyteller, which because people love to understand how your journeys go through and everything. So tell a story about you. Start with the punchy things which showcase your skill set and what you have achieved yet, and then give them a story and the reason what and why you are become something like this. And you can showcase your experience and prove what the capabilities you have and what you can deliver. So the about us section is very important. uh, if you need to simplify this particular slides, go this way. Start with the important things. First 300 characters is very important, and make a story about you. So the reason make a story about you is, look at this. So if somebody like worked on the project management tool as a part of the college project, use React and the Node.js. So they say they have done something, but the one part is missing, which is impact. Impact is a very important factor here. Now let's go and read the next phase. What exactly say? So in the same, it says I built a full stack project tracker using React, Node.js, and MongoDB, used by 40 plus classmates, cut manual status update in half through the automation. So see the difference. Somebody is saying I built something and there is a big event, big impact around my people, and because of this impact, it's solving a particular critical problem. This is showcase how and why you are building something which have the impact. Even every line in your experience section should answer one question: what what changed because of you did, and and the impact you generating around because of all the work you have done. If you have this, then it is easy to showcase everything. And by doing this, your experience does not look like you are reading a diary which have some things you have done. Instead of make it a marketing uh, prospect where you have to sell yourself. To sell yourself, you have to showcase what you know, what you can, and how you do it, and what kind of the impact you are going to generate for that. So experience section stop experience section is the important sections. Now the skill section has its own traps, and it's going to surprise you a couple of things. So let's also talk about this. So there is a skills assessment test, like little quiz. Still matters. They don't exist anymore, like we discussed, and LinkedIn already removed them in the 2024. But there's a trap that's still very real. If a skill is not written in your profile, it means it does not exist. Correct? Not to the search, not to the recruiter. It's just the typing keywords. It's the same mistake. Think this way. Like skill is not mentioned on your profile is like you graduated and you forget the year in your certificate, like in which year you become the graduate, and that make your whole graduation certificate invalid. So you have a degree, but if the data is missing, then it's not a degree at all. So what is the real fix? You have to tag skills directly to the project or the job you have proved like you have done. So that's what exactly the recruiter is going to search for or looking for you is the number of the project you have done, for each project number of the skill you have used, and that will start projecting around how you able to achieve a project. And that will not looks like just a certification list. It will be more like you have a lot of skills, but for the particular project you have used those particular skills, and that will become a package. And here's a number worth remembering: profile that list five or more skills get about 70 times more views than from the recruiters, uh, and 17 times something that takes 5 minutes to fix and able to explain and not able to showcase the skill set. So these particular three ghost trap is actually fixes will lift your profile very well. And there's more thing we have to do, but let's more understand around it. So there's one more section called the recommendation section. So in the feature section, in the feature section, you have to showcase your proofs like your projects you have done, your resume links, and the number of the target SD roles you want to target. Add your lead code if you are focusing on the technical jobs, or the GitHub profiles, and rating your own yourself, like everything you feel like you have done something which should be recognized, make it part of the feature. So features is going to help you a lot with that. The another is recommendation. So recommendation is something you cannot write yourself, so you have to take the recommendation. Now you can do two or three things is you can reach out to the people where you have done your interns, or you have done your interns, and ask them to provide the recommendation based on the work you have done, um, the experience you have gained, the impact you have been shared. You can ask for those recommendations to such people, and there is no harm to ask somebody. If the work you shared with someone, then it's a good practice, you can ask for the recommendation to the people. So there's no offense if you keep if not the keep, if you ask people like, hey, we work together on something, and I really would like to receive some feedback about me or my work, and then you can share the links for the recommendation with them. The another section here is list all your educations. Even though if you are pursuing something, list it there, and show like this is in progress work, but I'm doing this because this particular will show the exact picture what's going on, and everybody understand that if you are doing something that in progress is going to be delivered in that particular date, which make an impact of the progress you are going through in the process, and that will help others to understand, okay, this person have done till now this, and the future scope is this, and this is what currently is doing, will create a good map around your growth, and the giving the aspect of how you should looks like when somebody looking at your profile overview. So this is all about the part one. So what we discuss is we discuss couple of traps. Three trap were the initial one, where we discuss about how we can fix the photos, headlines, and then we discuss more about the feature, recommendation, education, and so now let's move on more about the section become the findable. So it's not just complete, it's a section. If you go through it, it will help you to complete your profile and make you make you searchable through the system. That's what the goal we are going to deliver here. So let's start with the algorithm. So here is something that changed in the LinkedIn in 2026 is LinkedIn is not trying to make you go viral. That's the first thing. So three things you need to know about LinkedIn. One is relevancy is more important in the LinkedIn rather than recency. So if something is recent, doesn't matter if the relevancy is not good enough. Or for example, let's go with the example. If somebody posts a genuine thing and it performing well in the last week, still it can outpost and outperform again in the next week, as long as there is a relevance audience is there, plus that relevancy still exists for the people who are looking for something. So relevancy is a very critical concept here in the LinkedIn. So even you keep posting the content on the LinkedIn, it's not going to help you at all. Sorry, it's not going to help you a lot to build your profile. So the second factor is personal profile about people like you is to get about 65% of all your feed attention, and the company's page get around like 5%. So people trust people, not the logos. So imagine if how many time you are looking at the person versus how many time you are looking at the company page uh, to understand something. So my understanding is people generally fall back to the people, not the company page itself. Because when people looking at another people, they have some parameter how they can judge, how they can figure out and the current status and how somebody can help them in the particular state. So that this is very important, like your profile is the source of truth to somebody to understand. Small engagements is also very important because engagements is something that you know create small hooks around the people where you want to be get recognized. It also engages the people when you say recruiters, which is part of your audience. So yeah, this such signals sent to your audience like number of the engagement you are delivering here, and those are the silent one. uh, think this way: you are on the LinkedIn and you watching thousand things, and you are on the LinkedIn, you see 10 things and you reply back on all 10 things. Visibility, this is how you can develop. So visibility is more important than you become silent 2000 views. So that's important. But again, the goal is not to become louder, it's to be worth listening. So whatever you are giving as a comment or giving as a response should be polite. People should honor it, and you should also honor the people. And this is how exactly you should respond on things, because ethics is very important in such scenarios. Let's move on the next topic. Generally people think that LinkedIn is a platform where if I really need to be get chime in, let's keep posting a random content every day, no matter what. But that should maintain your profile, so everybody who is looking for summer profile, they will start seeing your profile. That's not true. So you don't have to post every day, but you should keep posting, and you should find the relevancy that belongs to you, and share on the LinkedIn, and that actually works if the relevancy is still there. So the document, crucial post, side slides post, swipe through, or currently the strongest thing performing nowadays on the LinkedIn. So you can understand your thought and you can share on the LinkedIn, either as a blog, either as an article, or all such patterns is also available on the LinkedIn. And nowadays it also support the videos as well. So if you have your thought process you want to share, you can just record and publish on the LinkedIn. That also start creating the impacts around it. And the newsletters are open to everyone now. So no followers minimum uh, is required, and anyone in this room could start with one today. And the one uh, this one will is going to surprise the people, is a genuinely thoughtful comments on someone else post can do more than you posting yourself, like 10 post or the 20 post. Because there you post as a message to the entire audience, which is already connected with a message. That's what make your comment more reachable to the other people's, not just yours. So posting will just build your profile, and it's good, but add the comments, add the your views will allow you to connect with the audience. That's also important. And that's trigger to discuss about the real relationships. So meaningful always beat the massive. That's how LinkedIn approach. So you have to go through and build the real connection, not just collect them. It's good if you can personalize the request. If you can, sometime a blank request to recognize profile become high probability they will not connect, unless until the person is not known or you already know the guy, or there's a I would say you know the guy. There should be a mutual understanding, or the mutual I would say they can recognize each other. The probability is only that you will get connected. Otherwise, you really have to give a solid, um, I would say, the message, a custom message in your request, so people can connect with you. And when we say the connect with you, it doesn't mean like you send a request. Now the person in your list, the connection list, and that's all you need to do. You have to be, you know, connect with the people. That's why we're doing that. So go to the LinkedIn. So there's a process called alumni, I think. Yes. So if you go in this process on the LinkedIn, and they will it, sorry, all the people who belongs to your profile, like your college, where you are working now, or all the context, you will see all the peoples from there. And from there you can start joining. So maybe there's a senior who was with you in the college, maybe placed in a company, then yes, you can approach them and make a connection with them on the LinkedIn. This is how you will start creating your first connection role all around this. And this one is my favorite, is the puzzle games. Yes, a little daily games. So a LinkedIn Owen team build that so many people compare scores with the connections, and those chats turns into a real conversations. So sometime you working with the puzzles like a game, and there is more people in your connection also playing the same game, and there's a high probability that that you will end up in real conversations with the peoples, and you able to build a connection with the peoples. So such activities, yeah, it's useful. It's not recommended, but yeah, it's useful and you can go with that. So this is the slide actually I want you to remember. That's the important one. So the ghost profile is buried page past 15 sorry, it's actually going to bury the 15 of the search result. And and no recruiter is going on the page 15 and try to look for your profile. And then there is a 5-second glance which is going to help you to be recognized. It's also gone in the ghost profiles. And the cold response outreach is again a critical one, because if you are lucky, maybe the recruiter is exactly searching for you. And if you are following the ghost profile, then it's become very hard that the recruiter is able to recognize your profile. So near the top of the every relevant search, 67 seconds of the rule, careful review, response rate of 80 to 85%. The same range as a personal message from someone who already know you is also increased. And yes, recruiter can find your profile. Yeah, recruiter can find your profile before you even apply for that. So that's become the same person, same skill set, and the same experience. And those are the two difference you will see here. So the ghost profile is somebody who is hidden, and the found profile is who is who is always in the relevant search, who is always in um, fall in the 67 of the category, who is able to respond of the emails in mails. LinkedIn and private emails called the in mails that can be used to communicate with the peoples. And there's a couple of limits there, like number of the emails you can send every month, like 2 3 4, I don't know, it's just they keep changing the parameter because of their commercials. But three is the emails you can send in a month, so that's very important if you want to send someone emails. Otherwise, generally recruiters will send the emails only to connect with you instead of waiting for a message. So yes, this is how the find profile works in some cases. So if you are just a student and just starting out, this particular part is for you. So I don't have experience, that's what I hear all the times. And it's not true, it's just not labeled correctly. So in your LinkedIn, your college projects count, your courseworks also count, anywhere you have done the volunteering works that also counts. You have to start understand the outcome of it, so what the outcome you have produced, that also counts. And you see like how Ananya showing the project in the past slides, that also counts. And this is how you can showcase your duties you have done in the past. If you think this way, that I'm a fresher, why somebody is hire me, imagine the only difference between you and the experienced person is show the impact. So if you have the capability to show the impact based on what you have done so far, that become a power tool for you, because you have good learning, you have the capability to deliver. And this is how you can do a comparison or the competition with the experienced one. So all the work you have done including the project is become your experience, and that is countable. It is recognized by most of the HR. The problem is we don't know how to represent it well. That's what we you need to learn. And remember the alumni tool. From there, you go and connect with the networks you have created, and this is the fastest way you can build your known circle well, and a good one. So there is some checklist I created, and this checklist is going to help you with optimize your profile. So there's a couple of things here is fix your headline using the formula, and rewrite you're about in first person. When I'm saying first person, like I did this, I have done this, sort of this, not reference by yourself by the name and showing as a description. Fix that. And third is list 5+ skills for the each project, so that should target the real people. Add at least 2 or 3 items in your featured list, so this will showcase you how somebody should be focused on, like the areas you want somebody to look at, you should list in the featured section. Follow the alumni process, find the right people, and once you are once you are connected with the people, there is no harm to ask for the recommendation. So ask all the people at least 2 recommendations, which is going to help. And yes, every time you send a request, somebody who is senior or somebody who is meaningful person, make sure you customize each request, and that's very important. So this is the closing. This is how you can go from your profile, which is ghost, to the found profile. And there is nothing which is say like you don't have experience. The missing part is you don't know how to show your experience, that you need to learn and fix. And LinkedIn is only not showing you, not because you just have a degree, no experience, because you don't have a way to showcase the impact you have done. So as soon as you're able to showcase the impact you have done and list out correctly on the LinkedIn, you will become 4x findable on the LinkedIn. So this is how you can become from no go to scene to somebody who become a relevant search on the LinkedIn. So that's all from my side, guys. This is how you can fix your LinkedIn profile. And if you feel like there is some more information you needed about LinkedIn profile, or how you can fix that, we can discuss it out. Please drop me a message and we can connect again and discuss do more around it. आज के लिए इतना ही. See you in the next event.